Okay. So I saw some reports on Twitter about this. Thank you guys who put this in the Discord. Appreciate y'all. Thank you again. Everybody keeps sending the info. I do appreciate it. But anyway, this information right here is no surprise to me at all, as we already talked about this on the Gamer Couch podcast. Once they shout out to Fox Games UK, he basically broke it down. He actually had a source on this one, so shout out to him. He knew somebody who's actually going through everything that's going at Sony, so shout out to him, and shout out to Craig Harris. We both, all three of us talked about this and pretty much shared our thoughts on what's going on. This was during the whole Sean Layton thing, okay? So now we kind of can piece a few things together why Sean Layton actually left the actual business, but we'll definitely get into that on the RGT podcast on Friday. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into the story, and of course let's talk about this Mike Ybarra situation. Let's move on. PlayStation reportedly lays off dozens of employees in UK office as US arm exerts increased control over business. Here's the full story. Sony Interactive Entertainment has reportedly laid off dozens of European employees based in its UK office this week, as PlayStation North American arm continues to exert increased influence over the global business. As reported by VGC, the mass redundancies occurred on Tuesday, the same day that PlayStation US formally announced its PlayStation 5 plans or release plans via articles in the Wired magazine. An announcement, according to this, that European employees allegedly had no forewarning of and only learned about at the time of publication. American PlayStation executives are said to have visited Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe's London office on Tuesday to announce the restructuring of several divisions, including PR and marketing. Affected employees were then handed their notice, while others will be required to re-interview for their jobs. A number of redundancies are also reported to have occurred within Sony's US-based creative service teams as well. Now, as I scroll down here, right, they tell you right here in the fine print. But before I get to, let's get to this right here. And this, because this is actually very important too, which I'm about to say. PlayStation's regional operations have traditionally been largely autonomous in order to better their and to better serve their local audiences, with branches having full responsibility for their own games and marketing. A setup which enabled PlayStation Europe to bring the likes of Little Big Planet, Killzone, Wipeout, SingStar, and a raft of VR titles into the PlayStation fold. However, and this is where we got into with the Gamer Couch, this right here confirms what was said. However, since Sony's move toward a more central, globalized structure last April, it's reported that European operations have increasingly been dictated by the US. According to VGC, SIEE employees believe they will have significantly reduced influence as the PlayStation 5 generation gets underway next year. There you go right there. It says it right there in the fine print. Basically where they went for a more central, globalized structure. Globalization was the main topic during the whole Sean Layton discussion on the Gamer Couch podcast, and we broke it down. So once again, shout out to Foxy. He broke the story there. But yeah, that's what's going on there. As far as the situation is concerned, they did say again that each particular branch is responsible for X amount of games. I don't think it goes insanely over the top, because that is true. Each particular branch did bring in their own talent, and they all about, having that variety. I'm not sure if it would affect the variety, but it's definitely going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how they market a lot of things now. Obviously, the big change is going to be in the PR department of, going into PS5, and the way they're handling this, it kind of makes sense. They're trying to go bigger than what they did with PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4's marketing was on point, aside from them having that insane start at the start of the generation with the whole DRM debacle, and of course the good marketing that they had at the time. The marketing could have been even better and bigger, and this is definitely an opportunity to do it, and fix this up. But also, they did say they were looking for ways to get information to you, and this was another thing that happened in the past before we got to the state of plays. Remember, they were looking for ways to get information and get announcements to you, other ways of doing it. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do this with their PR department. I would not be surprised if PlayStation 5 started showing a crazy amount of ads, or you might have like a new upcoming event section on the PlayStation 5's menu, like the user interface, where it gives you a more detailed list of games that are coming, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That right there is going to be interesting, looking into the future of PlayStation for one, but also the future in their endeavors going forward. So that's kind of what's been going on there. I am definitely looking forward to seeing whatever's going to happen. Again, it's just going to be more, I guess we'll find out over time, you know, as we get closer. But I'm definitely interested in seeing what's really going to happen here. But as far as everything is concerned right now, I don't think we have anything to worry about at all. This is just not, you know, it's not anything that's going to be big. But I will say, though, to anybody who might have lost their job that might actually watch me, because I do have a few of you that actually watch, sorry for that. Hopefully you land on your feet, and hopefully you land, you know, you guys land in a better way out there. You know, it happens. People get laid off all the time. A lot of people see it, and it doesn't occur to them until after that damn paper gets sent. You know, it's happened to me. It's happened to quite a few people that I know. So trust me, I understand. It's definitely a bad time for that. But from the way Sony's going about this, they definitely are trying to keep things under wraps, and they're definitely trying to keep a tight lid on a lot of their, their decisions. So, hey, you know, we'll see when we get to this actual console reveal. But we already know what's underneath the hood. Now we just got to see what the console's going to look like. Obviously, it's not necessarily going to look like a dev kit, but we're going to have to wait and see what that's going to look like and what the games are going to be and everything. And then we'll talk about how they've done the marketing from there, okay? But we'll definitely add more on this going into Friday. I definitely want to hear more people's opinions on this, so we'll definitely go more in detail on this on Friday. But let's move on. Mike Ybarra. Mike Ybarra has officially left Microsoft. This was a big thing yesterday. He left after 20 years of service. A lot of you guys really want me to do a video on this, so I'm definitely going to talk about it. Now that Mike Ybarra is officially gone, it kind of makes you wonder, and it raises the question, who else is going to leave in the Microsoft department? Now, obviously, Sony has went through quite a bit of employees as well. You know, they went through like 6 this gen, right? 6 have either stepped down or left, you know, in their own right. And Microsoft just lost Mike Ybarra. So does this mean that Phil Spencer could potentially step down going into the Xbox Scarlet? Obviously, we don't really know. You know, we don't know. We really don't know how long Phil is going to stick around. Phil has done what he basically can do, but I hate to break it to him, it's not been the greatest. You know, you already know the situation. It hasn't been the greatest when it comes to Microsoft. Hasn't been. Game Pass is the only redeeming quality for a lot of people, but aside from that, it hasn't really changed the structuring in terms of the amount of games that we expect from Microsoft, especially with the amount of resources that they have at their disposal. If that makes sense. That's me putting it lightly right there. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't been the thing. And that's still a conversation that we're still not, that's still a conversation that's going on, and that's, it's not being answered by anybody in the Xbox division. So hard to say what's going to happen, man. Hard to say who's going to fix what. And it's tough, man. It's tough to really, get this out here. But I'm definitely interested in seeing what's going to happen, guys. I am interested in seeing what's going to happen. But right now, it's definitely telling. Definitely telling. Let's see here. We have XO19, right? So XO19 is their next event. With XO19 being their next event, I wonder if they're going to announce anything there. Like, anybody new is going to come to the fray there. I guess we'll just find out after XO19, right? Anything we need for Scarlet. I don't think Scarlet's going to be at XO19. I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think it's going to be there is because of the lack of marketing and just the lack of excitement going into XO19. I just don't see them hyping up, the way you would think they would for a next-gen console. So I'm not really expecting much from XO19, but I'm trying to keep it blunt here with y'all. Trying to keep it blunt. Man, I don't really know what to say on Mike leaving, to be honest with you. I don't know what to say. Aside from him, I wish him the best in terms of job search, obviously, but it's hard for me to really say anything about Mike in this kind of situation because it's like he's leaving on probably what many people would say is one of the worst possible notes. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, but the sales of the Xbox One were also supposedly leaked, and they're at 46 mil, and that's in 5 years on the market and whatnot, right? And that's significantly less than what they got for the 360. But again, I'm not really going to judge his performance on the console sales. My judgment of Mike and everybody in the Xbox division is going to be with the lack of content. Let's be real. If you had the content, you would get more of the sales in the game console space, and that's what the problem is. The problem is the lack of content, not necessarily the consoles. It's the lack of content. So that's just what's going on there. But hey, Mike, hope you land on your feet. Hope everything works out for you. I'm not even going to wish doom and gloom. I really do hope everything works out for you. Good luck to you out there in your future endeavors. Maybe we'll see you again. Hell, Don Matrick went and became a CEO of a computer company. You know what I'm saying? So he's still, even though he's not working with consoles, he still works with computers, if I remember correctly. So who's to say Mike Ybarra won't do something like that? You never really know. But until then, that's pretty much all I got for you guys for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the RGT. Till then, y'all be blessed, y'all be easy. Holla at you guys later. Deuces.